What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Coach's Playbook YouTube channel. Thanks so much for joining me today. My name is Coach Ashley Carter. I'm a sport leadership coach. I work with coaches, athletes, and teams. The main mission is to help them win games, but also dominate the game of life. But unfortunately, what's also most importantly for me is the opportunity to build communication, connection, and trust amongst teams and people. And so, if you're joining me, this is my first official video for the YouTube channel. So super excited for you to be here. And I hope to provide resources specifically for coaches to really help you understand your athletes, navigate the process of understanding what your ideal athlete is, as well as finding ways to compete, knowing how to communicate and bring motivation through those particular athletes. Right now we live in a time where the transfer portal, the NIL, also just overall commitment and loyalty are a little bit different. And I think it's important that as coaches nowadays, we acknowledge that there has been a shift. And that if we really want to build our cultures that are thriving and striving for excellence, we also as coaches have to sort of make some sort of shifts or spend a little bit more attention outside of the X's and O's. So if you have not yet received a PDF guide of my Coach's Edge playbook, please go back, stop this right now, look below the link in the bio to take that assessment. It's going to give you a snapshot of your particular coaching style. It's going to talk about your specific strengths, the environments that you create, the blind spots that you might have to human interaction and human connection, as well as what your ideal athlete might particularly look like. And so over the next 4 videos, that will be the concept that we specifically speak on. I'm going to go one by one, each of these sort of characteristics, and then we'll move on from there. I want you to know that we all have a unique mixture of all 4 types of coaching styles. However, our uniquenesses set us apart. And so I think it's really important that we recognize that. I think it's also important that we recognize our similarities are the things that also can help us come together and understand, as well as bring insight to how we better work as coaches, staffs, and organizations. So I think understanding this really helps with your communication, connection, trust, all the things. So I'm going to start off specifically with the coaching type called the doer. So if you take the assessment, you'll basically have some questions to answer. You'll circle those questions. You'll circle the answer that best fits you. You'll tally up your score. And so those of you who have mostly D style, this would be you. You are the doer. In general, the doer is more of a task and action type of person. They like to complete things and complete things quickly, sometimes at any cost. And I think that's where, as coaches, we have to be aware that sometimes we are so anxious or so adamant about getting things done in a fast, quick way that sometimes we might do it at the sake of building relationships. We might do it at the sake of doing it correctly. We might do it at the stake of not having the right details. Make sense? So let's talk about your strengths, because I believe that we all need to have some sort of doer in us. And if you don't have one on your staff, make sure you get one. Even if you are not particularly this person, they bring tremendous benefit to how your team will grow and succeed. So as a doer, you represent action. You are results driven. You are decisive, persistent. You are a problem solver. And I think you're also self-reliant, which is really good. And also you love to take charge. I think of all the coaching combinations, you love also to be challenged. And I like that because when things go wrong, when there's conflict, there's also this sort of lack of communication or kind of hide in the background. But this particular person will like to head or handle things head on. So I love that about the doer. Some of the things that make their personality or coaching style more of a blind spot is that because I believe we want to take so much action, we sometimes do it at the cost of taking action. So we often overcommit to things, we overlook risks, we can have some distractions and restrictions that we're unaware of. And I think that's really important. Some of the athletes that you coach and the staff members that you work with might say that you also create environments that are resistance based. They may sometimes often feel like you are impatient, insensitive, and sometimes demanding. And so that's something to just be aware of in your ability to take action at any cost. The ideal environments that you might create is you want to be in an environment where you have people who are like you, who like to have freedom to act, with the ability to challenge certain things. And also, I think you want to be able to be challenged on certain things because that's how you recognize your growth and your ability to impact certain people. But sometimes with challenges, we may come off mean to others. We might seem to be difficult, and sometimes uh, we struggle with the ability to communicate when we need help, and I think that's really important. I also think within this type of environment you like to create, you definitely want to be the one that's in control. You want to be the leader. You want to provide guidance as well. I think sometimes when people question you, there's also a little bit of rebuttal or sometimes even just um, standoffishness, right? I think if anyone is going to be able to work with you, they have to have a tough skin, but I also think they have to have they have to have competency. They have to be direct in their communication, and they have to have then a task for if I'm questioning what you're doing, what do you bring to the table that tells me this is how we make an adjustment to get back to that action, right? So that's the thing that understand when it comes to the environment that you particularly create. Now, finally, when it comes to areas of growth, just a few recommendations for you would be to um, be more approachable. I think practice a little bit more patience. And I think you can do this by learning to be more flexible and patient with other people. I think you could be more attentive to people and their feelings. And I think you do that really by, again, listening and being a little bit more sensitive to understanding their point of view, right? So when it comes to the athletes you want in your environment, the athletes you want to keep within your program, here's what it comes down to. You appreciate the fast pacedness. And so you want athletes who love to be fast paced and also be competitive and to be pushed. So finding those athletes are really important. And I can tell you right now, as a coach of over 20 years, that there are athletes who say that, but then when it comes to doing it, there is a difference in their actions to their words. So as a coach who is a doer, that also irritates you very much. So my suggestion to you would be to um, do more observing with them. Don't take their word for their word, but be more observant and understand through their actions if they really follow that sort of thing. When it comes to retention, maintain the environment to which you recruit them in. So if you say you're going to be this type of way, be this type of way because they have specifically chosen you based on your ability to be competitive and fast paced, right? Find ways to build relationships through non-transactional things. I think as a doer, we often, hey, if something's wrong, let's go shoot some more. Let's go hit some more. Let's go get some more ground balls, right? Let's go shoot more free throws. Let's go do more things to produce a skill-based result. But instead, I want you to spend more time to get to know them because when they do find struggle, if we have that relationship, it will alleviate some of the pressure that they might have. And I think that's really important. I think if nothing else, they help your players find solutions to problems, and they will forever be grateful to you because they are also doers within the space. So that is the doer coaching personality type. Again, next time we meet, I will also be putting the next group of coaching styles within this place. But again, let's take the first couple of videos together to really get to understand human behavior, human dynamics, so that we then can understand how to create those environments of success through communication, connection, and trust. All right. So if you have not already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. The goal would be to put out a video at least once a month. However, I will probably get to do more than that a month, but I just wanted to kind of give your idea and expectations. Again, if you have not taken the Coach's Edge, if you don't have the Coach's Edge guide, make sure you look below for the PDF link, download the PDF, take the assessment, and then come back and see maybe where you fall within that particular coaching style. All right. Thank you so much, you guys. Have an awesome day. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.